Well, thanks, Howard. Go ahead and change that slide because I do have you can tell I'm starting to lose a little hair on that one side, but I'm excited to be on here. I think this is great. I wish we could have heard more from John because I had a webinar with John earlier in the week, and boy, he's really good. So we missed out on that, but we'll have to touch up with him later on, and he's got some great ideas and things that can help us build this business. Well, what's in this for you? I mean, why does anybody do this? When I first started looking into this, it was really the product that hooked me in, and then I started getting why people do network marketing. When I first got in, I just, I didn't really know. I hadn't really been too involved or understood what network marketing is, but I'll tell you what I've learned from this. It's an education. That's why people do. That's why people get into this. There's a great way to make money, but people buy products from people they know because they get educated. When you go into a store, there's 500 different types of vitamins. The one you're going to buy is probably the one you see on TV the most, and it's not necessarily the best one. But what I can say is this business, what I love about it is you get educated. You get people like Amber in your house, and she can go through why the body breaks down, and you guys are going to learn that. We're going to make this the duplication of this system is going to be simple. It may seem complicated now. It may seem like you'll never know as much as Amber, but eventually you'll understand what Amber understands because you'll spend the time and we'll make it simple for you because you've got people like Amber who can teach it to you. Well, let me tell you a little bit about the products here. They're just cutting edge. We have 15. Nice thing about this is I can give you my personal feeling on the product because I've been on it now for. I've had it for a little while. I've had it longer than anybody else. But what it's done for my body and what it's done for my family, I could tell you this, and you guys aren't going to be able to tell whether or not it's true because you see a picture of me and you hear me on the webinar. But what I can do for you is we can give you 15 years of clinical studies to show what this product has done for the doctor's patients. When he made this, he made it for people that were coming out of chemotherapy. And so he had to make it very strong and very aggressive. Well, think of using a very strong and very aggressive health product for somebody that just has a normal body, that isn't going through that process, that just has normal health. That's what I love about this, is we have 15 years of clinical studies to prove why this is the way it is. Now, along with the improved health is the improved wealth. And this is what I love. Yesterday when we cut check, like Howard said, it was a historic day in the sense that, it was the first commission that we ran. But the thing that was historic about it to me was what I saw when I was sitting there watching us put together the commissions. And I'm going to embarrass Amber just a little bit, and hopefully she doesn't mind, but she can just take it out on me later if she does. But Amber got involved. She got involved probably about a month ago talking with us about it, and we told her about the product, and she met Dr. Leonard. But she got engaged, because there's a difference between getting involved and getting engaged. When you engage, it means that you take it seriously. She got engaged probably maybe 3.5 weeks ago, where she really started pushing. And the thing that was interesting about Amber was when she got engaged, she decided to go at it. And yesterday, she had the best check. She had just absolutely torn up. And her first week's payout is more than pretty much most of the people I know, and probably most of the U.S. makes in a month, because she got engaged and she knew exactly what to do. But more importantly, she got engaged early in the process. Now, I'm going to get into that a little bit more, but one thing I want to talk about is with my old business, when we first started, we were in the very early stages, and I had to go through a lot of no's with hiring salesmen. But I never allowed that to discourage me, because I went from no to no to no, because every no I got, I knew I was getting closer to a yes. And I kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and over this 12 years, and I had some great partners involved, so it just wasn't me. Over this 12-year period, we just kept going and going and going, and we get a strong foothold, and then we build from there. It was like climbing it was like rock climbing the face of a mountain. You get your foot on a good foothold, and you're stable, and then you move to the next one. And then you move to the next one. That's what this business is going to be. Now, if you're going to really make this work, you just got to you cannot allow failure to be part of what goes on in your life. And no is okay. Some people aren't going to like it, but if they take it, they're going to feel a lot better. The help is going to be what really snags people in, is because the product works. But don't be afraid and don't be discouraged because of no's. So this system is going to be about duplication. We're going to make this easy for you, so when you go from product, when you go and start building your system, you'll be able to teach other people how to do it easily. Let's go to that next slide there. This is one of my favorite slides that we have here, because this is the truest slide, because I've lived this. When I was 22 years old, I got into the business that I ultimately ended up selling. I got into that space. Now, what's interesting is if you go and look at my business, most of the main leaders, the lion's share of the main leaders started in stage one. That's what I call the amber stage right now. Stage one is when you come in, and if you can handle, like today's webinar, little glitches in the system that we just can't foresee. If you can handle coming in and being patient with us as we are with everyone else, and getting into the foundational portion of the business, what happened in my previous business was almost every one of our major leaders came from that foundation, and every one of them have been the top earners for our company since the beginning. And then they just kept going and going and going and get into the stability stage. Stage 3 was the stability stage, and that's when all of them made their money getting up to that point. And now we get a lot of new people coming in the stability stage, and that's great. We love them. We want them to be in there. But the foundation is where you actually do it. The foundation is where the business money is really made. Right now, you could not get more foundational. We just barely started shipping product on Monday. Amber comes in. She's in the very foundation. I can tell you right now, with who she is and what she can accomplish, people like Amber that come in now are going to be able to become something better than they could be in the momentum or the stability stage, because right now is the best opportunity. Nobody knows about the product, but I can promise you this, with the amount of money that we have put into this, and you can see the design on our cans and the look of our company, we will become a household name. And when we become a household name, that's not the best time to get involved. It is right now in the foundation, so you can be part of the first shipping, so you can be part of the first commission, so you can be part of all these things, because you can tell people that you were there in the beginning, and they will be more interested in doing business with you than anybody else, because you get it and you understand the entire process. Go ahead, Howie. So this is it. This is the perfect storm right now. Right now we have turbulent times across the world. It's not just America, it's across the world. People are trying to figure out ways to either make a little extra money because their job isn't paying out the way they wanted it to, or they're trying to find a new job because they've been laid off. This is a perfect opportunity. And you know why? Because we have never been a fatter, more unhealthy society than we are right now. Our food is not the way it needs to be. Our essential fatty acids it used to be a 1-to-1 ratio with food back a long time ago. It was 1-to-1 ratio of food. It's a 50-to-1 ratio. We don't get any of the nutrients. We don't get the amount of nutrients that we need. You put those two things together where we can make somebody feel better with the proper nutrients, and then we also take the crisis that's out there where people need to make extra money, and we give them the opportunity to build this business. They are going to take off with it because it actually works. Now, the thing I can tell you is when I started my first business, I had to put into work hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. I had to put my house on the line. I had to borrow money from my parents. I had to do all those things that I really didn't want to do. But when I went out and built and built and built, there was a lot of stress involved. What we're teaching you now is you can do this with just getting 5 people in with you. Then you're profitable. We make this very easy for you, and you can make money quick, and you can make good money at it. So the last thing I want to say is, after this call is over, we're going to have a slew of new signups. Everybody on this call should be going as fast as they can to get that sign up done, because every person that gets in front of you, it's just like Amber. Amber comes in the beginning. She absolutely comes out and becomes our top earner. You need to be the next top earner. And the way you can do that is sign up and engage, because every time you wait, a whole bunch of people get above you. Your power line isn't nearly as strong as it could be if you're the first one to get on. So don't let this opportunity pass you. Get on today before the slew of people beat you to the punch.